It's pretty easy to sit at your desk and try to drum up new business, jump on the phone, send some emails. We know the deal. But one of the most effective ways when I started off my mystery shopping business was to attend the industry association conferences. There are three of them a year in the mystery shopping space, run by the Mystery Shopping Professionals Association. Now, I tell you this because that is what changed my business many, many years ago, probably about 16, 17 years ago. I went to my first conference in Bangkok. A huge investment. But from that moment on, the business ticked off. I actually got further into the association by joining the board and ultimately becoming president. And I can't describe enough the benefits that had for my business. It just kept going up and up and up because joining an association and being part of an association is the greatest form of credibility you can have in your industry, especially if you're new. Now, as a result, I've got great friends in the association, friends all over the world. I can almost drop in anywhere for lunch or a coffee or a beer or whatever. But beyond that, it's more about this communal aspect of we're all trying to solve the same problems. And it's something that I think we as CEOs or founders running businesses tend to lose sight of, and that's the loneliness. We're just so lonely. Only just today, I've been on emails with some other members talking about an issue we have in our industry to do with recruitment of shoppers, especially in rural Australia, which is nigh impossible. And they go through the same problems, and we basically are sharing the same war stories and trying to collaborate a little around how can you do this or that to get mystery shoppers in these rural areas. And that applies all over the world. And so it's lonely, and you think you're the only one with a certain problem, but then you find out that everyone else has got the problem and you feel just that little bit better. So a little bit of a shout out for those involved in the association, whether you're a mystery shopper or you're a mystery shop provider or a market research company. These three conferences, they're coming up now. Now, the first one that's coming up is in Cape Coral, it's called, in Florida, and that's happening on the 30th of September, in 2024. The second one then that rolls on, there's another one going on in Hong Kong, and it's on the 18th of November, and that's the Asian conference. And then the year wraps up or wrap into a new year with a conference, which is probably the biggest in the world, which is the European African Conference, which runs on the 20th of May. So I have these conversations all the time with people saying, oh, you're going to conference, you're going to spend the money. I go to as many of them as I can. And the reason is not only for that comradeship and that sharing of war stories, maybe find out a little bit more about what's happening in our industry, but also it's about getting business. It's plain old business. I always walk out of these conferences with business from other mystery shopping providers. So I wouldn't even think about it. It's just, you've got to go. That's the investment. It's just like throwing a couple of $1,000 against a Google ads and your Facebook ads, and God knows what happens with those, as we know. So I just encourage people to jump onto your local association or your industry association and get involved. It's just the greatest way to make more money and to make some more friends. I'm Stephen DiPietro. That's why I do mystery shopping.